Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. If you're one of the many who struggles with digestive issues, it's possible that you have a food sensitivity. Here to share more, we welcome back chiropractor Chris Cooper. Great to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So do you see folks as a chiropractor who come to you with sort of various mysterious symptoms that could be linked to a food sensitivity?
All the time. Some people have inflammatory conditions, but oftentimes they have, you don't even know you have a food sensitivity, and you're just kind of living with it, and you think that it's normal to have symptoms like irritation or heartburn or weird bowel things that you just think are normal, but they're actually not normal.
Are those some of the main symptoms that people present to you when they're beginning to search for answers?
Yeah, sometimes people show up with like very specific gut things, and some people have more vague symptoms like brain fog, or I feel fuzzy, or I just, after I eat, I don't feel great.
Well, and it just kind of makes sense as we learn more and more about how our diets just impact all parts of our lives. So how do you put folks on the proper path to making a plan and kind of figuring out if there is an underlying food issue?
One of the easiest ways to figure out if there's a food issue is to go on something called an elimination diet. Elimination diet is basically an easy way to eat super clean and then slowly introduce foods back into the diet that might be irritating.
Okay. Is it tough to start?
It kind of is.
Yeah. That sounds like the hardest part is just getting started.
Yes. So the hardest thing with this is a time frame. You need like a solid month to maybe 2 months to be able to accomplish this sort of thing.
Okay.
Because you're going to be eating super clean for 2 to 4 weeks. So, 3-ish. And then it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to add foods back in. And so you got to have like, a low stress situation. Like you're not going on any work trips. You're not going to have vacations planned and stuff like that. You're probably going to want friends and family supportive for you, because if you go out to eat with them, you might not be able to order things off the menu like you normally would.
So having that plan in place is really the place to start. Okay, and then you begin avoiding, I guess you remove everything and then reintroducing things slowly. What's the time frame for that?
Removing everything is a 3-week span. So think whole foods. You're eating super clean fruits and vegetables, oils like fats and stuff like that, olive oil, and fish and poultry. So you're removing red meats, you're removing nuts, you're removing legumes like soy products, most sauces, because sauces have additives and stuff like that. And so you're just eating crazy whole food, very healthy.
It's tough to do if you're coming from a much different perspective with your food, but do you find people immediately are like, well, this feels pretty good anyway. This isn't such a bad place to be, even for a limited time.
100%. So usually 2 weeks in, you start to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
If it's not 2 weeks, you might want to wait for 4 weeks. But you usually start having symptom relief. You're like, wow, my heartburn went away. Oh, all this other weird stuff went away. I'm not as fatigued. I don't have crashes midday. And that's about the time where you start adding foods back in. Okay. Really common foods that are irritants are gluten, so wheat products, and dairy. Okay. So if you're going to start real basic, start with those two first. Sure. Just remove that out, wait 2 to 3 weeks, then add them back in. But you can go as far as all the other types of foods too.
But just going one by one with each food group so you can really identify, pinpoint what's causing you the issues.
Exactly. Okay. So you add your dairy back in, you wait 2 to 3, 4 days or so, and if symptoms come back, you know that you have an intolerance. Right. And you might not be allergic. This might not be like a celiac disease where you're allergic to gluten. But what if you get headaches? Or what if you have brain fog, or you feel fatigued when you eat gluten or dairy or something like that? Doesn't quite qualify as an allergy, but it still rocks your world.
And then finally, step 4 is creating that long-term plan, which you can work with your healthcare providers and make sure that you are setting yourself up for success.
Yeah. The easy elimination diets, you can probably do this by yourself, but if you're eliminating a lot and you have a lot of sensitivities, you might need to work with someone to craft a diet, figure this out, how to add this back, maybe substitute different things. There's a way you could substitute regular flour with rice flour, other things like that.
Yeah, we have a lot of great options now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great stuff. We'll have more at-home tips from Dr. Chris on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.